Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we were talking about this monochromatic pink look. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Today I thought we'd use some products I haven't actually featured yet, but I've been using them. So one of them is this Chanel eye crayon. It's in Contour Mauve. Really pretty shade. I also picked up a blush to go with that, and I'm looking for it. Oh, it's right here. It's in 68, and it's kind of like a cooler blush, which is not something I would normally pick, but I was trying to find something to go with the eye. And then I picked this up. I don't even remember when I picked this up, but it is, I believe it's new. And this is the Terracotta Matte Sculpting Powder in medium. And then I think the other items, oh no, wait, we have some other things that we'll be using that I haven't used on camera before. We've got the Givenchy Phenomenize Waterproof, and then also this Dior mascara that I kind of quickly went by. I had picked it up in a haul and didn't use it, but I thought I wanted to try it with this, and I thought we could put these actually together. So we're going to try that. And then everything else I think you may have seen before. I thought I'd show you what application looks like, so let's go ahead and get started. No makeup yet. I just have a little bit of the Color Science Total Eye underneath. I'm going to go in with the Le Beige by Chanel, and this is in medium plus. It's got SPF 30. So if you tuned into my last video, thanks for the response on that one, by the way. I know a lot of you just enjoy watching content because it's kind of comforting and soothing. So I was actually going to start this with more makeup on, more of my base makeup on, but I know it helps some people. So I'm going to kind of make these a little bit longer just so you can relax for a longer amount of time. So I'm just gonna go in with this. I know I used the Even Up by Color Science in the previous video. It is my everyday sunscreen, but I thought for today, since you probably don't want to see that again, we would do this, and this still has sunscreen in it, so this will be good enough for today. It does have a scent to it, just know if you were interested in this. There's a fragrance. I don't know what the fragrance is. It just smells like fragrance that you would get in skincare. So I'm quite generous with this as well when I apply it. Oh, see what happens there? Sometimes I put, that's not skin, that is actually, I put on another moisturizer because my skin is so dry today, so dehydrated, that sometimes you'll get like the peeling of different substances when you put them together. So I think that's what happened right here. So if you see it in my hair, that's really what that is. With dark hair, if there's anything in my hair, it really sticks out. So if there's lint or something like that, you can definitely see it. So that's what you see, like right there. Oh gosh, right there. Oh, I did drop one of my powders today, so it broke, but it's not as soft as the Kogendo, if you saw that video. So it didn't totally shatter. I'll show it to you in a minute, but it broke a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this, even though it was like my lowest ranked one, but I think for something like this, where I don't need as much coverage, we're kind of doing like a softer look today, I'm gonna go in with this anyway, just because I feel like I need to use it. I've got it. So it's the Giorgio Armani, and I'm going to add a little bit more because if you saw the video, I didn't add too much and it didn't cover very well. So this is 5.25. Take a beauty blender. I know you can dot it on, but at this point, with as much as I need, I just like to add a lot on it one time. Then we'll go in with Pat McGrath on these darker areas. This should be pretty quick. It's funny, when I put this one, it looks way too light, but once I actually get it onto my skin, it's a really nice match. It is on the warmer side though. This is where I'm going to actually, because it's such a contrast, I think, between the eyes. Well, maybe you can't see it, but I can. It's a contrast between the eyes and then the other concealed areas that I'm going to mix the two. So I'm taking a little bit of the Armani on my hand, and then I'll put them side by side too, so you can see what the colors look like. And then I'm taking some of the Pat McGrath like this. So much more like a pinky tone here, more warm. And I'm going to mix them together. Actually, I'm gonna just dab this in both like this, and then kind of melts these two a bit better together so you can see the difference. Adds a little bit of radiance to that Pat McGrath. I'm quite liberal with the Armani when I use it. I use a lot at a time just because I end up using more anyway, so, and it's pretty thin, so it doesn't get clumpy or anything like that, or too visible on the skin if you take more at a time. And I know one of you said that you liked the Armani one for daily because it is nice and light. So yeah, it was funny. Someone else said they would have ranked the concealers the exact opposite because they have dry skin and different needs. So very, very personal choice when it comes to concealer. I'm going to powder and add eyebrows, and I'll be right back and we'll do, I think, everything else together. Okay, what I did was I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is the one that fell. So you can see, even though it fell and some of it broke off, it didn't completely shatter like the Kogendo did. It just like, that one went in like a puff of smoke. And this is the other powder I finished off with, of course, Chantecaille. Oh, I also forgot to mention I went in with Mocha here by Clé de Peau, just from here out, like I showed you in the previous video where I went in with a lighter concealer here and then a deeper one. So that's what we did there. Now, I thought we could try this. Oh, I did brows too, regular brow routine. I picked this up. I don't even remember when this happened, but I picked it up and I haven't used it yet. Actually, I just opened it. I think it's new. It's by Guerlain, and it's their terracotta matte sculpting powder. Now, to me, this looks like a bronzer, and it smells like their products. So I thought we could try this together. I feel like it looks a little light. Oh, and I was going to order the other Chantecaille bronzer because I picked up the Goa that I like so much. And I liked the other shade. Can't remember what it's called, but some of you like the other shade too. But I thought, since I have this, let me use this first and not get too many things. First of all, though, this is very soft because I just put a little finger in there and it interrupted the pattern already. So I'm gonna go in with my Ultimate Shader brush. This is Ray Morris, and just go in, and they suggest using that 3 motion. So I'm wondering, how is this different than my other bronzers by Guerlain? Because I have 2 bronzers by them that are set up in that trio form. I did a video on the medium and the deep, and I think this is actually the right shade. Yeah, I think that the deeper one would have been too deep. There were 3 shades that I could see online on Sephora. There was a medium, and this is the medium, and then there was a lighter shade, and then there was a deep. But I think this does what I would have liked the other Chantecaille to do, which is have more of like a warmer tone. That Goa has more of a red undertone. So this is really pretty. And it says matte. So even though it was powdery, as it actually, I interrupted, there was a little powdery, it's very smooth going on. So yeah, it doesn't look like it would show up on my skin, but it does very much show up on my skin, because here it is on, and then here, over here. Oh, it's pretty. Let me see if I can get some information about this, because I think I saw that it was new, and then I picked it up, and then I didn't really, things started to happen. I didn't really pay attention to it after that, so let me see. So it's matte finish, long lasting, soft and easy to apply. Sun-kissed powder warms the complexion and sculpts the features. Ultra fine texture blends beautifully with the skin to build the results up to the desired intensity. Enriched with kaolin, a white clay known for its mattifying properties. So if you have oily skin, I'm guessing this is good for you. Beautiful. Guerlain does bronzers beautifully, but I don't know what I was exactly expecting from this. But really, let's go in with this Chanel Contour Mauve. This is part of their Desert collection, the one that came out this year. So I'm just going to put it on my eyes now. This is a really beautiful wash of color. And what I love most about this is that you can just kind of smooth it out. It feels kind of waxy, but not thick at all. It does have the effect more of like a watercolor, I want to say, on the eyes, because it's very even and it's a little bit sheer. So it's not like it's putting this thick layer of color on your eyes. So I like that it's a more natural kind of finish. And I've seen other people wear it who have different coloring than me, and it looks beautiful, I think, on most people. That is how easy to use this. Now I'm going to run it under my eye just so you can see, because I do get a little bit of redness under here, but what this does is it kind of stops that creasing of the concealer, which I like. And then it's kind of a monochromatic look here with this. That's it for this color. So you can see how kind of just soft it is on the eyes. What we're going to do next is eyeliner. So I've been really loving this combination. I used it in the last one, so this is not new. But the matte taupe in the waterline, it's that nice lighter brown color. It's really just kind of running that on the waterline there. And then we're going to go in with espresso. We're gonna do something interesting with the mascara in a moment. So I'm gonna tightline with this. Okay, because I wanna try that brown mascara that I picked up from Dior that I haven't tried since the first time I used it because I didn't like it, but I thought maybe there's a different way we can use it. So just a little eyeliner on top here. And I know a lot of you like this more natural kind of makeup. I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm going to go in with my Dior Show 3D Maximizer just because I always do this. It conditions lashes, builds them up just a little bit, not as much as the Marc Jacobs primer. That one, if you want a lot of volume really quickly, I would go with Marc Jacobs. It's a little too much for me though. I did pick this up because I love the application of this so much. It's the Phenomenize Givenchy waterproof though. I used the other one for my Project Pan. That's another thing I've been using quite a bit from Project Pan, but this is in a weight too because it is waterproof. Now I'm not a waterproof mascara fan because I don't like that I have to work to remove it, but I have a really nice Clé de Peau eye makeup remover, so that shouldn't be a problem. And the reason I didn't love the Givenchy other mascara, the non-waterproof version, is because it smudges a little bit. So otherwise it is a really, really beautiful mascara. So I was thinking if I do waterproof, then I could get the effects that I like with it because it really fans out every single eyelash. So even though I use Latisse, I mean they're longer, but you know, I still want to see every lash. Plus, I think I used to wear waterproof mascara when I was younger. I think I did. And I remember it would hold the lashes in place a little bit better. Now what we're going to do is go in with that Dior mascara because, oh, see, something else broke. That's why there was all that pink powder on there. So I'm going to go in with this, not my favorite formula. Look how light it is. I mean, it's really brown, but I thought we could play with it and just see what it looks like on top of this mascara because I feel like the Givenchy kind of separates the lashes first. What happens with this, it goes on really, really clumpy and then it just does not look good on me. I don't know, not a fan of this formula, but I kind of am interested in this color though. So I thought we could kind of put them together and see what happens. Okay, it definitely works better having that waterproof one as a base and having the lashes already separated. So then you get that volume, but it's not so stark because it's not black mascara. So I'm gonna go and do the lashes on. I like that. I think that because I put the black underneath, the brown isn't as light as it appears in the mascara wand tube. So I like that. I think it's really beautiful and it kind of was able to cut that mascara down so it's not so chunky. Now we're going to go in with the blush. This is by Chanel and I picked this up a few weeks ago, kind of before everything happened, and I haven't really used it. I've used it a couple times. I was kind of looking for something to go with this eye crayon, so they reminded me of each other. There was another shade though that was beautiful, and one of you just recommended a shade to me. I can't remember which it was, but I'm loving this formula, so I want to try more Chanel blushes. But this is a little bit cool for me. Usually I'm going for something a little bit warmer, but I wanted to do a monochromatic look. So I'm going in with this and just, it's just so pretty. And this is one of those blushes that can be layered really nicely without becoming too much, or you can sheer it out. So it's got a slow build to it, but definitely something that is beautiful if you want to add more. It really intensifies it. Like this surprised me at how intense it could get based on what it looks like in there. So like I said, there's another shade I can't think. I think it's called Jersey, the one that I'm looking at. It's like a more of like a beigey peach color. Let me know your favorite shades in Chanel blushes, because even the other people working at the counter were saying how nice the Chanel blushes are. And I'm just gonna sweep it here to kind of blend that together as well. So much pink. Oh yeah, that's what I saved this for. Let's go in with this. This is Chantecaille Honeysuckle. I love this so much. I think this works really nicely with the other two Chanel shades that I have on right now. Okay, and then finally, not news. We're going to go in with the Golden Light. And I put this on my eyes the last time. And okay, so I did it with a powder. I used the Chantecaille Hummingbird palette in Warm, but with the powder, it did bunch up a little bit, so just know. But with this one, with the crayon, it doesn't. So that's why I like it on here, because it gives a natural look to the eyes again, the eyelid, but it doesn't move the color that's already on there around. So if you wanted to try this and you tried it with powder and it didn't work as well, I would try it with something like this crayon, because it works very nicely. And then we're just gonna add it to the cheekbones as well. One of you let me know you're loving this product just as much as I am. So between this and the Chantecaille powder, I think those are the things I'm using over and over and over again. So my most recent purchases. I put just a little bit down my nose. Okay, I'm just waiting for the horn to stop honking. Don't know if anyone's realized their horn is honking still. Yay, it's off. Thanks again for tuning in and for letting me know that you enjoy these videos and you continue to enjoy the content. I know it's a little bit of relief, especially for those of you who are considered essential during this time, especially healthcare workers. I've gotten some notes from people who are working in the medical field who enjoy this kind of distraction from their day especially, and to all of the essential people who continue to work, as well as their families who are making sure that they are well fed and well rested. So thanks again for staying in, for staying safe. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.